What's up, guys? Back here with another video. This video I'm going to be going over the Bison vs Karin matchup. This was a requested matchup by one of the viewers, so I'm going to explain the matchup right now. So I'll say that this matchup is in Karin's favor. Bison does have a lot of good options to pressure Karin, and Karin is bad against pressure because she has very low health. She does have a reversal, but you know, if baited, you know, she loses a lot of health and etc. But she has very good normals against Bison, and Bison normals are a little too slow and can get beat up by hers. So Psycho Axe is actually not the best tool against Karin because her normals can stuff it out most of the time. Like, you know, I've played high-low Karin players where I'll try to use the Psycho Axe and get stuffed out. The best time to use it is, you know, like, you use it rarely basically in the neutral. And it's better to use it in block strings, of course. You know, if you have a cool block string, your own block string that you use against, you know, certain players, that's fine. You know, you can use that. But against the neutral, it's mainly just playing very patient against Karin. So, oh yeah, you could definitely punch Sweet really badly against Karin. So at any range, you want to be using Fierce into Heavy Scissor Kick. The Psycho Inferno does link sometimes, but it depends on the range. Depending on the range, it won't link. So you don't want to risk that happening. So just use heavy punch into heavy kick. Excuse me. Alright. So sweep. It's a good neutral button, but it can be punished. Some Karin players might be baiting that out for you. So just be very patient and stuff out any dash-ins, stuff like that. The medium kick is good for Bison if you want to just like keep her out. She's trying to get a little too much on you, you know. But she mainly has to respect your buttons a little bit. Like she can't just like walk up like that too much. So yeah, it's pretty tough as you can see. Glad I set up the AI to do this because it's pretty tough. May want to be at a good range, and once you get enough meter, you know, you can start getting with your scissor kick and starting your pressure after that. So it's basically you have to be very patient and be like a brick wall against Karin. You have to know when the Karin player is gonna start getting impatient and trying to jump in on you a lot, and yeah, that's kind of it for that type of situation. I feel like this matchup is not like. It's not gonna be a long like matchup explanation because this matchup isn't too like. It's pretty simple like when it comes down to just what you need to know. In terms of like situations that I've been through when I play against a Karin player, so a lot of situations that you have to practice against is knowing, you know, at all places when you could do certain buttons and stuff like that on her wake up, because a lot of Karin players would wake up buttons if they feel like you're not being too precise with your, you know, your frame traps or your meaties. You know, if you're not timing your meaties correctly, they're gonna wake up buttons against you. And then once they get a counter combo off of you, then they put you into the corner, and that's pretty much it. So make sure that you are, you know, like that situation right there. You want to make sure that all your meaties are safe, and yeah, you can't do that in general. Yeah. Make sure your timer's on point. If you try and dash up after that, you can do other options. So you do crouch and jab. Crouch and jab is pretty good. Medium punch is pretty good. Most of the time after that, I'll do a counter into that. That's my option that I'll use. I know you could use another option. There are many options after that you could use. You could use this option. You know, there's a lot of Bison players that use that option. But for me, I tend to use this option. So it links if you media it. If you media your light punch, that's why I always say it's very good to media your light punch, because it's very good. You could extend combos, and it's very good. It's just very good. And I always talk about it, like in my casual match videos. I always talk about it with Bison. With Bison, I feel like his crouch and light medias are very godlike. If you can media his crouch and light, any light buttons that you can media become really godlike. Look at Karin standing jab. immediate Karin's standing jab becomes like freaking ridiculous. There's a little timing thing, but as long as you nullify or just like stuff out anything that she's gonna do, you're good. You don't want to make any mistakes with your immediates. If you don't make any mistakes after certain knockdowns, just practice situations against knockdowns and what to do against normal recovery and back recovery, and you'll be fine. And you're gonna get reversal, so what I suggest you after you get reversal, do not press a button. That's all I have to say. I'll show you anyways, because I just want to make sure that you realize what I'm saying, or try to understand what I'm saying. I just want you to understand what I'm saying. So if you get reversal, what the? Oh no, that's something else. Okay. So let's say she wakes up reversal. Let's set up like this. I mean, I can't really set up like this way. I think I set up a different way. Yeah, let me just set up like that way. Alright, let me just set it up and I'll just make myself get hit. Alright. I think I did it right, I'm not sure, but you can't press the button for real, but yeah, after reversal, if you press heavy kick, you cannot do nothing. Cannot press a button, do nothing. Alright. Yeah, cause I can't make him quick get up myself. So if you can't play the timer right, you're gonna get crush counter. It's really bad. I can't time right cause I'm just not good right now with Karin. I do use Karin a little bit, but not like that. So yeah. But yeah, if a good Karin, I've been through this. I've been through a situation. If you try to press a button, you're just gonna get destroyed. Especially with V-trigger, do not press the button, please. You're just gonna get destroyed. So please don't press the button. That's all I'm trying to say. Alright, let's go over the next thing. Go over the frame traps. So most of her frame traps can be she only has a couple frame traps, honestly. She has like 2 frame traps. Or like not really. She has a good amount, but nothing too, not that much. So this block chain, the first block chain that you see here, cannot be interrupted, but the second one can be. So you can interrupt this a lot. You're gonna find yourself running into Karins that do use the crouch and medium kick after the crouch and medium punch. So you can use a 3 frame to interrupt most of her block strings. Like she's, you know, moving up a little bit with a light kick. That's a little risky to try to do that because you get counter confirmed off of that. But most of her like attacks in the crouch and medium are not safe. They're not real block strings, but you do have to be careful. Can't press the button there, but you can press the button there. So if you're facing a Karin that's constantly using crouch and medium punch, crouch and medium kick, that's not safe. You easily start blowing up. It's not something that you're just gonna do because you know. No, it's something that you see the Karin constantly doing that. The point of Karin using crouch and medium kick is to try to see if you're walking back and try to confirm into the Tenko. A lot of people try walking back away from her pressure, so she just hits you low and that's it. You get clipped in the legs and you get put in the corner, and then the pressure's back on you again. So you don't want that to happen. So you're trying to avoid that at all, like as much as you can. Alright, so there's another frame that she has. So it's really bad because if, like you saw that if we traded, you do not want to trade, because if you trade, there's a weird collision that happens and she's able to keep on hitting you after and do a fierce after and then go into a Tenko. So it's very crazy. It's a weird thing that she has, but it's very, very annoying. And you just, it becomes like a frame trap. You can't press the button, you just, you know, have to eat the pressure. She has a reversal. You have to basically, you know, take the risk of, you know, pressing the button, pressuring her, or she reverses you, and it becomes like a guessing game after that. So, but if you're feeling confident, don't be afraid of the Orochi if you are feeling confident. But that's up to you if you want to decide to block. But he does have other options. If you have meter, he has options. So, I mean, it's not like crazy tech. I'm not gonna say it's crazy tech or like nothing ridiculous, but it's something, you know, it's a little bit of tech, I guess. So he can EX stomp. He can do EX stomp to get through that block string. So any Orochi block string, not any, obviously she does like a real Orochi block string. that's kind of like a frame trap type of block string. Like she hits you right at the point where you're able to press a button so she can get the count hit. In that situation, you can use EX head stomp to be able to interrupt that. My fault. My throat dry. Get some water. Be right back. Alright, I'm good. So, alright, I was talking about again. Alright. So, you can use EX stomp to get by that, the Orochi. So, EX stomp is the best way to. She can reversal you if she sees that you're doing that. So she can recover in time to do a reversal, but you can obviously go to the other side if you feel like the Karin player is going to be doing that. There are options that you have. And then you start your pressure from there. So there are options to get by that. Alright. I mean, I don't want to say that's pretty much it, but that's pretty much what you have to watch out for. I mean, there's nothing like crazy you have to do. In terms of block strings, she has a 3-frame. I explained to other videos, if an opponent has a 3-frame, you use Psycho Axe. If you can get the Psycho Axe on the Karin player, then you have to use your light kick to pressure because she has 3-frame to get the counter. If the Karin player does not know that, then you can blow up the Karin for doing that. But once you condition the Karin to not press buttons, then you can do more. You can take advantage of the Karin player. Do a block string that you want to do, or you be creative, sort of. There are safe options, unsafe options, but you have to decide what you can do in situations. That becomes more of like a in-game type of thing, and just based on what the Karin player has done or what she's decision that she made, depends on what you're gonna do in that situation. So that's something different. I feel like this matchup, like in terms of like that part, that's more of having to see the match like in game. So I may just cover what you could practice against to prepare yourself against Karin. In terms of her 50-50s in the corner, that's just a 50-50. Like there's no option that Bison has. You can reversal if you want. That's if you have meter. But that's all based on knowing the Karin player and just making. It's a guess. So you're taking a guess. That's nothing you could practice on or whatever, or something that you could change or make better. So in terms of V trigger stuff, her V trigger is pretty simple. So you can interrupt the V trigger, and depending on what she does, basically you go on with it. So she has a couple options. So let's go over. Hopefully that was timed right. I hope, but alright. So she goes for delayed, it's interruptible. And she goes for the palms to try to bait out. If you're gonna press the button, then it's punishable. And then you get to put the Karin player back in the situation. So if you want to punish that, I'll suggest use that because it's really good. You want to get your opponent to reset and push your opponent away a little bit. It's a fun tool to use, the historic combo, the medium punch into down forward punch. Alright, let's go over the other ones. That's punishable. That you can still interrupt that. Like, if you mash your jab, you can interrupt that. Actually, you can't. Hold on. Might have forgotten, but I don't think you can actually press the button against that. Oops. Oh. yeah, she combo off of that and do all that the craziness after that. I'm trying to think of a word to explain what that is. I don't want to talk too much trash about it. Yeah, you can interrupt it, yeah. But trying to do a standing jab will risk you to get hit by the command grab. So I suggest using a crouching jab. Yeah, if you want to stuff that out. It becomes a guess. So she basically, like, she has two options to hit you out of you trying to press a button. And then she has like 3 options that you can interrupt. So it becomes like a guess again. And that's just seen. Now, you know, I hope that this helps you know what you have to do. If you didn't know already, I hope that this helped you. So yeah, she can't just you know, throw it out. If a Karin player is constantly trying to get you with the back, you know, the elbow, which is plus on block, then make sure that you are interrupting that. Alright. So, I mean, that's kind of it for this video, but actually I want to explain a little more. So, in V-trigger, you have to be very careful. So, when against certain knockdowns against Karin, you have to be very aware that she has options against Bison's teleport. So, her crouch and medium punch can auto-correct sometimes. So if you have a Karin knockdown, she quick get up and you're trying to do too much, basically, like, you know, like you knock someone down, you're trying to get like a raw dash in front of their face, like they're already up and you're trying to go through them and do like heavy kick and take advantage of that. So the crouch and medium punch stuffs out a lot of your options. If you try to go for too much, like wake up, crouch and medium punch, like can be a really bad blow up. So be careful with those things. I say don't go for a heavy kick, don't do that type of stuff unless if you're just trying to like take advantage, and that just means that you're being an asshole. But I mean, you could do that, you know, it works. Obviously it works if you know that for sure it's gonna work, but that's on you to take that risk to go for the heavy kick like that. But she can definitely blow you up really badly by doing crouch and medium punch. Crouch and medium punch blows that up really badly. Those type of you know, just dash through into heavy kick. You can't do stuff like that. So make sure you know what you can do, and then make decisions on when you want to do a certain thing like that. So it becomes all decision making after that in terms of block string and stuff like that. But neutral, that's why I feel like Bison kind of loses the matchup. The neutral game is pretty tough for Bison to deal with. And then you have to guess dash in, jump in, and your anti-air is pretty slow, so you have to be very just be on your toes and be very active. But you know, not, you know, patiently active, not just like active mean that be aggressive, not that type of active, just moving around and make sure you're not staying in one spot, and you know, changing up the neutral and, you know, your spacing, because you always want to change the spacing and stuff like that. So that's kind of it for this match. I hope I explained everything well, and I hope that you learned something from this. And leave a comment if you have any questions, like if you think I've missed something about Karin that you think I should have explained, or you want me to explain about, or anything serious. I'll make another video, but if it's not serious, then I'll just respond to the comment that you made. If any personal things that you have trouble with Karin, or things that you want to know against, like any blockchain that you want to know specifically, or any frame trap, you know, super stuff, just let me know and I'll respond. So again, thanks for watching. I think I said it before, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe for more videos. Hope you enjoyed. I am out. Goodbye.